What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
G'day and welcome to the Pet Talk people. Well, through our Facebook page, we were told by one of our followers, Julia Rafferty, that she'd heard all about the misadventures of a Kelpie cross called Quinn. Now, apparently Quinn's a 13-month-old walking disaster. Have you got a dog like that? Well, we thought it'd be a bit of fun to catch up with Quinn's mum for the whole story, and all the way from Adelaide via Skype, we have Laura Taylor. G'day, Laura. Tell us a little bit about Quinn. What's the story?
Special is the word for him. He's like nothing I've ever experienced before. We had a family dog growing up who had separation anxiety, and she destroyed quite a lot of things.
Yeah.
But it was mainly restricted to her own stuff. It would be like her bed, or perhaps the odd pair of underpants, or a shoe here or there. Dexter was very, very good. I think he ripped his bed up, but he kept it for as long as possible, and that's about the only bad thing he ever did.
Yeah.
Quinn, on the other hand, yeah, he's been a little bit different.
What's different about him? What makes a seemingly normal dog do such abnormal things? Now, you've already got some experience with larger dogs, and you've had Quinn since he was a puppy?
He was about 10 weeks when we got him, so he was a tiny baby puppy.
So he doesn't really have any history, does he?
Well, not really. I mean, we know that he was abandoned by his owners at 3 weeks, and he was hand-reared for a couple of weeks, and then hit onto a solid food and we're ready for adoption and ready to go. No history of being particularly naughty. He was the fattest puppy of the litter, so that gives us a little bit of an idea about where his food obsessions come from.
They certainly sound like obsessions. And you were saying earlier that Quinn just can't help himself when it comes to garbage bins.
He starts, knocking the bin over. We move the bin. You start using a garbage bag 6 feet up in the air. And then he managed to open up the bag and get into a bunch of grapes, which we all know are not particularly good food for dogs. We didn't know who out of the two dogs had eaten what from the garbage, so we had to take them both down to the vet to get vomiting induced. They were both very, very sick. Dexter, predictably, nothing in the stomach at all. Quinn, grapes, cat food, alfoil, tissue paper, a bit of cling wrap, like just everything that had been eaten out of the trash was all Quinn.
Well, it looks like it's not just an obsession with food either, is it? Tell us about the time Quinn managed to lock you out of your house.
Quinn didn't actually break the window himself, but he managed to lock me outside.
Because Quinn locked you out, so you had to break into the house to get...
I did, and this is after 3 hours. Absolutely. Like, I thought, I'll call a locksmith. And then I realised I'm just in a T-shirt and my underpants. Like, there's no way I'm going outside the front of my house for a stranger to come and let me in. And it actually took me 3 hours to figure out that I could actually break a window to get back inside. And, that was an extra $200.
Okay, so probably by now most people are thinking, like us, maybe you should get some pet insurance, right?
So, I'd filed for the insurance after his last incident, which was drinking a bottle of baby oil.
Yeah.
That was one of the most disgusting things I've ever had to encounter in my life. And really, I don't know any other animal that's gone for baby oil, but Quinn here thinks it's just delicious.
G'day,
And,
look, see you. Hi, Quinn.
That's him.
Yeah, I have to ask you a serious question here.
Sure.
Do you think you're a bad mum?
Sometimes I feel like that. But like every mode of destruction that he's done has been something different. Hopefully he settles down a little bit. We've got a cat dental bill coming up next week that's going to set us back quite a bit. So
I was going to say you need pet insurance. Make sure you got that.
The whole grape incident was 2 weeks into our waiting period. Hey, buddy.
Wow. You said in your email that there was something like $2,000 in vet bills already?
Yeah, easily.
All right, Laura, thank you very much for your time tonight, and thank you, Quinn.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Nice to see he's got a collar and a tag on, so that's terrific.
He hasn't managed to escape yet. We've got him on a very tight leash.
Fantastic. And you keep us in touch with the adventures of Quinn. And I tell you what, you should be starting a book here. I think you should start.
Yeah, I think it's the only way he's going to pay for himself.
All right, thanks, Laura. We'll see you later. Cheers.
See you later. Thank you so much. Bye.